Just telling your story, what you've been through, and your success, that isn't enough to make people care. In order to make people care of what you're actually saying, you need to answer this one very particular question that is in everyone's mind when you're speaking. Whether that's a presentation, whether that's a speech, or whether that is a normal conversation. But if you don't answer this question very early on, they will run away faster than a dog on heat. But if you do answer this question, you will build a connection bigger than you ever thought was possible. Think of it like this. Whenever you speak, everyone has a subconscious thought. And that thought is, what is in it for me? They want to know what they're going to get from listening to you. If they don't think it's anything valuable to them, they will switch off. They won't care. And that's why it's very important to state what you are going to give to them early on. For example, you've clicked on this video for a reason. You've clicked because you want to make people care more about what you're saying. And because they care more, they will listen more. And they will listen with more intent. And that's what I'm going to provide on this video. As well as that, in the link below, I will give you more strategies and techniques that you can utilize so people can also care even more about what you are saying. Now let's go into how you can use this in your speech. How can you put in what's in it for me into your speech, into any of your communication? Number one, you can't be built different. I used to think saying you're built different is a very, very good saying. I used to say it after fights, oh, I did this, I won this fight because I'm built different, or I can train the way I do because I'm built different, or I can finish this plate of food on my table because I'm built different. But really, when you're built different, you're all the way up here. And what you're really saying is, if you're up here, everyone's down here because you're built different from the rest. But when it comes to speaking, if you do it like this, how can they relate? You're all the way up here. There's no way they can relate to this. You need to put yourself down in line with them so they, the audience, can relate to what you're saying. Instead of putting yourself on the pedestal, you need to put the system you followed to get yourself up here. So you don't big up where you've got to. You big up the strategies, concepts, and techniques you followed to get you there, to create this success. Because if you big up that, they know if they follow this same protocol that you did, they will get there also. Because you need to answer these 3 questions to make people care in your speeches. Number 1, what did you learn? Number 2, how did you learn it? And number 3, if they followed the same protocol, will they be able to get the same results? It's that simple. 3 questions. And in order to make people listen and to make people care, we want to get them in the first 10 seconds. If you answer question number 3, if I follow this system, will the same results happen to me? If you can answer that question in the first 10 seconds, the first couple sentences, they will automatically care more. They will automatically listen more. Because if you tell them what they're going to get, for example, instead of going, I made £1,000 this week by using this single technique strategy. Or you went, this is how you can make an extra £1,000 this week by following this simple sales strategy. Just by using that second one, by saying you can do this instead of I did this, you've answered question number 3, the most important question. If I follow the same strategies and protocols that you did to get your success, will it happen to me? That's what everyone in the audience is thinking. Everyone. Because if you've made an extra £1,000, they want to make an extra £1,000. And all they care about, can they do the same thing? And if you answer that question number 3 in the first couple sentences, they are more entailed to listen. And because they are listening and they're engaging even more, they will concentrate when you're talking about question number 1 and question number 2. What did you learn and how did you learn it? Because they know if they learn the answers to those 2 questions, they will be able to do the 3rd question, and that is get the same results as you by just copying the protocol that you did. And it's that simple. If you can answer those 3 questions, you will make people care in what you have to say. You will make people listen more. They will be more engaged in what you have to say. And that's why you need to start with the 3rd question in your opening statement. And then you can go into the next 2. Let's take another example. Let's say when you met your best friend for the first time, because there was a time when you two weren't best friends. When you first met, you didn't like that person for who they are. Not at all. You might think you do, but you didn't. You liked that person when you initially met because of how they made you feel when you were around them. That's what gravitated you towards them and made you want to be friends with them. That's a what's in it for me. They could have made you feel energetic. They could have made you feel positive. They could have made you laugh 24/7. But they've benefited you in some way. They've made you laugh. They've made you positive. They've made you more energetic. They're all benefits. That's a what's in it for me. They've answered that question, even though you didn't even know. On the other hand, there's people in this world that you don't like. And there's a reason you don't like those people. And it's because they don't benefit you. There's nothing that they can do that will benefit your life. So when you go to answer the question, what's in it for me? There is nothing in it for you. And that is why you don't like them. So even with connections with your best friends and work colleagues and family, you have a deeper connection with people when they make you feel good around them. And that's another, what's in it for me? So it's not just speeches, it's not just presentations at work, it's normal conversations with your friends and making friends. And that's why when you're speaking, you need to make it clear what is the benefit if they listen to you. They will only care about what you did, your story, or your proposal if it can help them. So if it can't help them, they won't care. So don't big up your success. Big up the process that got you to that success, because that means they can follow that process as well. Not only does this make a story engaging, not only does this make them want to care more, but it also gives them a tangible tool that they can use in the future to benefit their life. And if you can benefit their life, they'll want to speak to you again and again and again. And if you want some more tangible tools that you can use to make people listen more and care more in what you're actually saying, check out the first link below. That is completely free, and I will give you 10 tangible tools that you can utilize to improve your communication. Also, YouTube is a very smart bugger, so you may want to watch this one.